about 3 years, but it's lasted this long, and we hope that it continues.
One follow-up, because that segues into a question really for Ellen. Do you see that CCP may have a role if, in fact, issue 1 is not passed and there are cuts to our uniform service? Do you see an expanded role for CCP possibly?
The funding comes from the same place. And I'm not sure that city leaders could justify funding us when they have to cut 300 of them. Do you know what I mean? There just is something, there's something about that funding structure that just doesn't work. Now to me, if you're going to cut 300 officers, why not put more CCP on the street? Because it takes care of, you know, it might sort of bridge that gap a little bit. Not
force multiplier.
It is a force multiplier, but the problem is that I think that they would have trouble justifying that funding. I mean, we got cut this year from $537,000 down to $200. So I mean, we're talking about, you know, I don't know, we can't go much farther. I mean, but hopefully, if the issue passes, we can, you know, have our funding restored and be back to full strength again.
I know your question wasn't directed at me, but my 2 cents on this whole issue is that if, not that we were University Police were looking to replace Columbus Police, we couldn't do that. But there are unique opportunities when you see Columbus State has a police force, universities, you know, we do, and how could we extend our legal authority into the neighborhood, and there are possibilities and ways to do that, and to at least, again, force multiplier in, at least for targeted communities.
Yep. What is lunchtime?
I know. So, I worked on your email address, but the most important thing I want to ask is that you talked about the day shifts and things, or we don't know yet. August the 5th or 6th or 7th, we might be able to talk about a lot of different things. But I just want to know if there's any discussion and looking at how community liaison officers create block watches. We've had this conversation before with some other liaison officers, and the fact that you have 50% of your block participate to be a block watch. And we keep saying there are some people on the block that's influencing the others to want to start a block watch, but if we have to, you know, say, okay, we got 50% of the people, that means we have to invite those people. We're going to have a meeting about you, and you come to the meeting. And while we talk about you, please. So are they looking at maybe adjusting that or changing that?
I think anything's a possibility. One of the great successes is the fact that we continue the programs after all these years because we're flexible in defining boundaries and defining who can you know, run the programs and coordinate the efforts. And if it looks like we need to adjust in mandatory participation rules, then that's something that we could visit. And you know, we just want to keep them going. We want to keep people who are participating and a good core group. We want to keep the program going. Sir.
Yeah, my question is, because I'm a high school student. I've been on campus and familiar with things that go around here for the last 4 years. This year, like this past year, the first time I really got off campus, actually went to the city of Columbus, and stuff like that. And so my question comes to just talking with people, like mostly on the east side, like Denton or that area, like I'm more familiar with that off campus environment. And I know there's some desire to people in that community. None of us folks who go to Ohio State on, improving, I guess, the safety of community and things like that. And always telling them Ohio State is things. And some people get mad about it, they say, well, that's Ohio State is there, that sort of, like, have to know Ohio State standards, things like that, particularly Ohio State. And so my question would be like, community liaisons and things like that. Is there a presence there? And you have sort of like opportunities to expand. And I guess sort of probably like for people who are actually part of, I guess, city income's not related to Ohio State, just the Columbus residents have an opportunity to be involved in something like this.
Well, they can, and one of the best ways is we have partnerships with other city entities and centers around in all parts of the city called the neighborhood pride centers that our liaisons work with, and they are resources for the community. There are some precincts that do not have officers due to neighborhood manpower issues. And that's